Hello, I'm here to show off my network's final project, working with the group. I have them currently connected via Tailscale on my computer so we can test it across hosts. Um, so first I'm going to go over my config files and the way I'm setting this up, and then we'll go into the test. Um, so here we have our file size, and we're just going to do the tree file that was provided to us. Little over 20 megabytes, so pretty decently sized. We have three preferred neighbors, so that's not going to reset too often because we just don't have enough hosts to do that, and I'm not going to run it with like nine processes. And then we have our peer info. So this is my friend. He's connected via Tailscale right now, and I can show you that. He's in this left side, and he is right here. And so basically, like he's gonna have this file, which is the tree. We're all running on the same Git branch. It's just with some slight differences. He has 1001 filled with the tree, and then we don't have anything filled here. So this tree is going to hopefully end up in these files by the end of this, or those folders by the end of this. Um, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get my peer process ready to go. And so I have logs here as well. I have logging for this panel, for the seeder, inside of this panel, and then I have the logs for the leechers in these two panels, and then the processes are just going to run here. Um, Also, I showed you this. It's just the one denotes that it's a seeder, and then we have our two leechers, which is my system, running on two different ports. And then we already have all this. These are empty, so without further ado, let's watch it go. So I'm gonna need to start our logging. CSS peer 1001 has started. There's no connections made yet, but that's going to change real quick when I run these two. And I'm going to try and quickly start the tail on these so we can see the logs, and then we can scroll back later and kind of see the logs that's going on. So here we go. And so we're off to the races. Um, we can see here that we're receiving have messages still, because the pieces are being shared to, both the processes running on my machine now. And then you're seeing right here, it's like peer 1002 is receiving the piece from 1001 or 1003. So they're all communicating to each other, which is amazing. And then the loop is also working correctly as well. And so if I can scroll up and find it, we can find the time where they look for new neighbors. So we can see here. We have tree under, this directory. It ends up showing up for the process too. And then we have tree under here as well. And so if you don't entirely believe me, let me find the command that I needed to run. I'm going to use MD5 to confirm it all. Um, and so we're going to do MD5, we go JPEG, and we get that key. I'm going to do the same here. Same file, so that's pretty cool. And then we're going to do the same here. APG. Beautiful. All right, so that's all set. That worked perfectly. All three of these are identical, which means that the file was successfully shared among all of its peers. And so now let's kind of go into the logs to break down some of the initial connections. And so we go here. I'm going to split screen these. I forgot how to do that. There we go. Okay, so we have our peer 0013 started, peer 012. We first will make the connection to the seeder, and then we make connections to each other. Well, first we need to, I mean, for period 1102, we get unchoked by 1001 because we have a request going out, and then 1001 unchokes us and says, okay, well, you can have some of these pieces. And so then we do all this stuff, and then we connect to our friend, 1003 here. We see the interested message from our friend, and then our friend it gets a have message first, and then gets the interested. And then we get unchoked by 1002, which is pretty much just saying, hey, you can download some of these files. And so it downloads all of these pieces and they continue to pass it back and forth, which is really quite amazing. And this file has been successfully shared across the systems. So that is the project. Really, really fun. Had a great time implementing it.